50 days happened that quickly. So, I'm actually prepared today. Oh, but you know what? I forgot to turn off the data on my phone. Hopefully nobody will call me today. Let's see if I can find you beautiful people. There you are. Yay. Rachel's here. Susan's here. I had so much fun with our combos yesterday. We have another flow practice today. And this one is for the spine. I'm doing a lot of movements like this. A lot of ocean kind of movements through the spine. And you typically do that coming in and out of cat posture. You know, this up and down. And so we're going to use that movement to come forward and to go back into poses. So there'll be more down dog and forward than knees, chest, and chin and chaturanga, so that we can just kind of work through that spine. So exciting. Oh my goodness, I have all these good mornings. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So let's see. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Barbara. Ruh-roh. You're in a red shirt. But I have confidence you will survive the landing party. I'm one of the expendables. You are correct. Scotty always has a red shirt. See, I'm going to give them all I've got. Good morning, Cindy. Buenos dias, Palacios. All right. So we're going to have so much fun. I love it. All right. I am an engineer. I am a yoga engineer. All right. Oh, this is funny. So on my computer, I have Ring doorbells, right? And they have motion control, so they'll come on and it'll pop up in the window, and a lizard just ran across outside. It set the motion detector off. That was funny. You see his little belly go by. I don't know if my microphone is on. I will check it. Good morning, Petra. Let me check that. It's plugged in, but it might not have turned on. And you're correct. It didn't turn on. Let me unplug it and plug it back in. So hang on, guys. There. Better? It should be better. It's persnickety that way sometimes. And I can't just plug it in and have the green light come on. It literally will only come on when it starts to do recording. So it's how that's programmed, and sometimes, yeah. Sometimes we win, sometimes we don't. Good morning, Julie. Alicia, when you give me some feedback, we can get started if I sound better now with that microphone. Good morning, John. You guys have been so patient through all this moving. Good morning, David. You can, yeah, all this office coming in, desks coming in, books coming in and then coming out. You get to see that whole transformation of stuff that's happened over 50 days. Slowly filling the holes in this desk over here. Finally got all the ink bottles out, and they have their own cubby. Much better. Okay, good. Good morning, Molly. Nice to see you guys this morning. So, Parker, still in bed, didn't want to get up. I'm like, will just be that way. If there is anybody else here other than just me, and they're in bed, and he has that opportunity to lay in the bed with you, you can forget doing yoga. I mean, he loves me, but he loves a good nap with somebody in the covers, and I lost out this morning again. Happy Tuesday. Oh my gosh, it is Tuesday already, but now that we have everybody here, it's been 50 days. 50 days of quarantine yoga. And then I didn't start right away. So how this worked is I taught up until a Thursday. And I was going to try to make a decision over the weekend. And I was pretty sure I was going to teach. And then the church was like, we're not going to hold services anymore. I'm like, okay. So on the Tuesday when I would go back to teach yoga at the church, I just started teaching yoga here. And I initially was just going to do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I'm like, but why? We'll just do it every day. So we've been doing it every day since then, which is pretty darn amazing. Oh yeah, he's laying. That's a cute. Snuggles, I like that emoji. So yeah, we started doing, day one was on March the 24th. So the last day that I taught at Unity was March 19th. And I have no idea how it's May already and that we're doing all this. But we're going to do it today. We're going to do Fabulous Flow. I really enjoyed the combos we did yesterday. But today we're going to move into and out of postures, trying to get our spine moving, really trying to wake up, good connection through the whole body. So we're going to practice a lot of down dogs, moving forward and back. And we're going to do cat and cow. We're going to do them seated, just to really feel that movement of the spine. So before we get started, just some more tools for your toolbox is there's 5 movements of the spine. So we have that forward folding, right? And back bending. So that lifting. So those are some movements of the spine. We have lateral movement. Okay, so lateral movement both sides. So forward, backward, lateral. Twisting, right? So spiraling. And extension. This lengthen. So we tried to muscularly lengthen, but even if you have the muscles to lengthen the spine, you might have some connective tissue, some fascia that's kind of kinked up or kind of twisted around, and it won't allow you to get that extension. That's why a lot of chiropractors, a lot of doctors will do those inversion chairs where you kind of hang your ankle and have you come down. It's that extension in the spine to try to loosen up those muscles and loosen up the spine in that other direction. And if we treat the spine in these 5 directions, we get really good, healthy spine. So we have good communication because that's how we send information, right, up the spinal column, which no coincidence at all. The energetic body has the Sushumna, which runs in that same place. So your vital energy that allows you to be alive, your communication energy that flows through your nervous system and up and down your spinal column, all comes from that space. We get pinched nerves, we feel it, we can get little catches on our get along, and it really affects us and how we function. And we're going to try to really target that, but do it in a fun way. All right, Jesse, we got our chiropractor in the house, and my cousin Kay is here. Hot dog. So let's get started. We're going to let the chin come to the chest. Feel that back body stretch. And we just settle in. And the head lifts up. Right ear, right shoulder. Left ear, left shoulder. and back to the center. Lifting pelvic floor, pull the navel in, pull the shoulders back. Set that intention. What would you like to happen during your practice? And maybe your intention has nothing to do with the practice. Maybe your intention is, today I won't wear pajamas. Today I am going to dress up to go to the mailbox or to take the garbage cans out. Maybe you've already started to venture out into the world because you're not doing the isolation anymore. So maybe it's something like that. I'm going to open those eyes. We're going to smile. We're going to lace and lift out and up. Nice tall spine. And turn to the right. Ooh, really, really big. And we're going to let that left shoulder come down. Right hand comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. And back to center. So that gave us lateral movement and twisting all in one. I just realized that I could put my phone on Do Not Disturb from my watch. So I didn't have to mess with our video feed, which is awesome. I love technology when I remember to use it. Hands come out and up. And turn to the left. There's one piece of technology I have not gotten the hang of, and that is an online calendar. I have to have paper. I have to see it so I remember what I'm doing. Right shoulder comes down, left hand comes up. 1, 2, oh, I have some stiffness in that hip today. 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. And from there, come back to the center. We're going to lengthen back out. Nice long stretch here. Head comes forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. Nice work. Let's put those arms behind us. Try to open the chest, smile, looking up, opening the heart. And gently release. We're going to put the hands on the knees. Now, once we put the hands on the knees, we're going to try to do some things here with the spine. We're going to let the belly come forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. And just keep that movement here. Forward and back. So we're going to try to get a lot of those spinal movements here. So this is acting like a forward folding. This is acting like a back bending. Forward folding, back bending. Forward folding, back bending. Forward folding, back bending. Last time, forward folding, back bending, neutral. We're going to put those hands on the shoulders. We're going to rock from side to side. Really paying attention to the spine. Even though today I named it Fabulous Flow because I was looking for Fabulous Flow and 50. So we could have the FFFFs together like that. But just really spinal work. And gently release. We're going to release those arms. We're going to change the legs so now that we can do the lateral movement. So that right arm comes down. I just put stuff on my arm, so I'm going to turn my arm up. And lengthen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift up, and slowly start to come through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. And up. Left arm comes down. Good morning, Frank. And lengthen. Nice big stretch here, opening through side body, opening through the rib cage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that hand come up, bend at the elbow, twist it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind and lengthen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands slowly come back up. Arms come behind. Roll those shoulders back, looking up towards the sky. Coming forward. Hands come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come down as we come up. Backs of the hands come together. Roll back body. And gently release. So we're really starting to feel those effects in the body. We've got that movement forward, backward, twisting, side movement. We have to do extension, and we can get a little bit of extension in down dog. It's a really good way to kind of lengthen the spine. But we can also do that in staff pose. And we're getting there. So staff pose is going to be really soon. So we're going to put the bottoms of those feet flat against each other. Really tall spine. Feel those hips start to work. The hips are like, well, it's nice that the spine is flexible, but we need some help. So we're going to slowly start to roll forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly we're going to come back up. We'll pause for effect. And bring those knees up. Cross those those arms and pull with the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring those knees back up. Change the cross. Roll the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring those knees back in. We're going to reach down, grab that right foot. Oof. Extend that leg. We didn't do any of these yesterday. And it sure as heck feel like we did. I don't know what I did yesterday for me to be this stiff. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that leg come out to the side. Sitting up tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bring that leg back up, and then that foot comes down. We're going to switch. Left one comes up. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leg comes out. Oof. To the side. 1, 2. Sorry about that, guys. 3, 4, 5. And back up. Foot comes down. We're going to drop those knees over to the left. Tall spine. Really feel that work. Pressing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to switch to the other side. Tall spine, pushing that hip down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have so much fun stuff to do. Let's get through these. Just a little bit of this. We're going to extend now. We've kind of been working that hip work so that we can extend. And that extension is by putting the palms down and lengthening. So you see that, let me cover this up. Hang on, guys. as we extend those arms like this, you're able to lengthen the spine. You're not necessarily trying to get the booty off the floor. A little bit of it will lift, but you're trying to lengthen the spine. Now, you're only going to be able to lengthen the spine to here. You can try to extend with your neck, but your head's pushing down on the neck, right? So from the collarbones down, where the shoulders are hanging the spine, we're trying to just lengthen it. So we put those hands down and lift, right? So you're going to do the best you can. If you have a shorter arm length, don't twist here like this. Do what you can. Maybe put your hands on some blocks or a book to give you a little bit of height. And we're just going to let the spine dangle a little bit. This is Dandasana. Staff pose. Nice full breath. Now bring the chin to the chest, feeling the back of the neck stretch. Get some longevity out of this posture. Maybe grab in with those fingertips to let you be here a little longer, helping those wrists be strong. And gently sitting your weight down. Put the backs of your hands down. Nice little stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see if we can reach towards feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yay us. So exciting. We're going to pull those knees in. We're going to come straight to hands and knees. So you may need a blanket here to protect your knees. Maybe it's just a little persnickety today. Maybe it's a comfort thing. Maybe it's a security thing. I'm going to come into a child's pose with my knees wide. If you like your knees wide, do that. Maybe you like them a little more narrow. And we can just hang out here. And by coming into this this child's pose, it gives everybody a chance to get settled for whatever they're practicing. So maybe they need the blanket. Maybe they don't. And it gives them a chance to prep. And then we're all back on that same page. Now, from this posture, we're going to practice just rolling up. So I've brought my knees in, and I'm going to let my head drop, and I'm going to try to lead with my shoulder blades. So I'm going to lead chin to almost to the chest with the shoulder blades, and then I'm going to let the belly come down and look up. And then I'm going to bring my chin to the chest, let that spine get tall again, and sit right back down. So you want to think of it like crack the whip if you're ever on a roller skate or a wave. That's what we're trying to do with the spine. So I'm going to, again, pull the chin into my chest, lift with the shoulders, rolling forward, let the chest come down and the head come up, just to wake up the body. Okay, we're going to let that chin come down, let that chest come down, back comes up as you roll back towards your booty. And take a pause. Now, we're going to thread the needle, but we're going to thread the needle in child's pose. So we're going to let that right arm come up and thread it through. So the only difference in this posture and the other one is the booty is so far back instead of being in table pose. It's a little more comfortable here. You could stay here a lot longer than feeling like your derriere was up in the air. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then inhaling up and gently release. We're going to let that left arm come through and sit back. Nice work here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And unwind that here. So we really have been working on those movements. So we're going to come to table now. And from table, we're going to turn those toes and come into down dog. Bending and stretching. Bending and stretching. Lengthening through the spine.
Filling in that lower back. Nice long movements here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we're going to do is I want you to feel like you're going to do that same thing. So you, from here, you start to lift your navel, which means your lower back starts to lift. You start to lift your mid back, your solar plexus, so that starts to lift. Then you start to bow up through the shoulders as you move forward and come into plank. Now try to go back. Pull the chin in. Lift those shoulders. Lift middle back. Lift lower back as we push back. Right? So we try to do it. We try to work through that. So we're going to tuck under. Lift that lower back. Lift that middle back. Lift those shoulders. Lifting up as we rotate forward. Into plank. One last time. We're going to slowly come back. Nicely done. We're going to put those knees down and rest the wrists. Open and closing those hands. Nice work here. All right. Now, from that movement of this roll, we're going to really try to feel it. We try to intuitively do it, and it's maybe you feel like you might be doing it, you might not be doing it. That roll is a really good way for you to step forward and step back. So sometimes you guys say, you know, I have a hard time bringing my foot forward and bringing my foot back. When you're doing this movement, this roll, you're making this little pocket that kind of rolls forward. And if you start timing it correctly, that knee can travel forward in that pocket and make a little more space. And I know you're all at home going, if you say so. But I'm going to show you how to do that. And that's what we're going to be incorporating in the flow today. That's that flow part. So from here, we're going to come up. We're going to kind of just spiral and lift that cat flow into table and turn those toes down, dog. So all we're going to do right now is we're going to take the knee and pull it into the chest. When you pull the knee into the chest, it causes the pelvis to tip. It comes into an alignment. That's why a lot of times when you learn to practice handstand, you'll keep that leg in so that it'll keep the pelvis and the lower back straight. So already bringing it here. And then you're going to do that spiral. We're keeping it up like if you were going to tap. And then back. You know, I've had you do those toe taps or knee taps before, and that's why, to help you get that leg forward. So we're going to pull it into your belly. We're going to try to lift like a cat and roll forward. That's that pocket that I'm talking about. Let's put that foot down, put those knees down, rest your hands. We'll do that again, but on the other side as an exercise, and then we'll practice coming forward and back. And I know that breaking it down is good for your brain, but it makes your wrists tired. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to reach those hands back out, really lengthen. And inhale up and back into that down dog. So we're going to try that other side. We're going to bend that knee in. Now once we get that knee in, we're going to roll it forward and roll back. So we're just practicing. So maybe you can roll forward like you could tap your tricep and roll back. You're just making the pocket. See if you can pull that in and roll forward and roll back. Foot comes down, walk it out, knees come down, and we're going to come back into child's pose, but this time the hands are by the feet. Check in here. How do you feel? What's your breath like? What was your intention? Are you in your head or you're just trying? Smile. 50 days of fun. And then now let's move. We're going to come up, come back into that down dog. We're going to try to get that right foot to come forward. We're going to lift that leg, pull that knee in, roll it, put it down. Your hand can come up a little bit. I kind of come up a little like this on my fingertips, right? Once you get one leg, the second one's a little easier. So we're just going to step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Rolling those shoulders. Playing with it a little bit. So that we can continue to work on this rolling forward and rolling back, we're not going to do too much of the knees, chest, and chin chaturanga. I know that really hurts your feelings. Ha ha ha. But that's how we're going to try to do our flows today. We're going to add in balances at the front. We're going to do all kinds of fun things just so that you have that opportunity to do that transition that's going to help your spine. So let's inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold, straight to down dog. Bending and stretching. So the last time that we came forward, we stepped forward with our right leg, which is typically very typical in the industry. It's always that right leg. And we want to give the left leg just as much awareness as the right leg. So we're going to pull that right knee in. And as you pull it in, you're already going to feel that there's that tailbone changes, the pelvis rotates. We're going to try to rotate, 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 place. And I lifted my heel of my left hand a little bit. And now step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Walk it out. Play with it. If you have to lift your hand, fine. We want to step forward, and this length of your leg can be taller than this length of your arm. I mean, it's math. But it could be that there's this belly in the way and things like that too, and that's legitimate. We can lift the arm, but what I don't want you to do is to try to fling your leg out to come forward, because then that can kind of be rough on the hip versus that forward, backward motion that you're going to allow the spine to move. Lift the arm before you throw the leg, okay? Let's see if we can inhale up. Exhale forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. We're going to step back to down dog. Nice work. Now we're going to play a little bit more with that. That leg comes up, bend the knee, open through the front of the hip. We feel that work in the hip. 3, 4, 5. We're going to put that foot down. We're going to let that left leg come up, bend the knee, open through the front of the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And put that foot down. Bending and stretching. We're going to let that right knee pull into the chest. Rotate forward. Put that foot down. Then we're going to step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. We're going to scoop into a chair. We're going to scoop in. Fill in that lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press down to come up. Hands come down. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Step that right foot back. Grounding that foot. We're going to come up into warrior 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to allow those hands to come down. Come to the ball of right foot, step to down dog. Pull that right knee into the chest so that you can roll it forward. Ground that back foot. Coming up into warrior 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let those hands come back down. Come to the ball of that left foot. Step it forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Oh, and walk it out. Yay and yay. We did good. So it's that kind of movement that we're working on. Paying attention to how that leg moves forward and backward from down dog. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding, bend the knee. Right foot travels back, grounding that right foot. Cartwheeling all the way up into warrior 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want you to think about this pose particularly. There's not too much going on the spine. There's a small rotation, but not much. So this is a neutral spine. So now we're going to come into side angle. This is lateral movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's your breath? Rotate around. Elbow onto knee. What makes a flow truly is when you coordinate movements with your breath. We're kind of not doing those things today. Flow would, a better word would have been combos, but I was looking for an F for 50, 3, 4, 5. So try to coordinate your breath here, remembering your intention. So we're putting those hands down. I'm going to come to that right foot. Step back to down dog. Now we need to bring that right leg forward. So we're going to pull that knee into the chest. We're going to rotate, float it forward, put it down. Grounding that back foot. Cartwheeling up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right elbow comes down, left arm comes over. Nice big stretch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to revolve it here. So we put that left elbow down, hands come together, looking up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. We're going to put those hands down. Come to the ball of that left foot as we step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. Inhale all the way up. Hands come back down. Walk it out. So these things aren't any different than what we normally do. We've just changed the awareness in that movement that's like a way forward so that we can better move that leg from the back of the mat to the front of the mat. Let's try a little bit more here. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. We're going to soft bend those knees. And from here, we're going to extend that right foot back. We're going to ground that back foot. Now, from there, we're going to slowly come up into warrior 2. From warrior 2, we're going to straighten that front leg. We're going to lengthen and tip over into triangle. Nice movement here. Hips forward, shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to allow that left hand to slowly come down. Now, here's the thing. We have to bend this left knee to get that hand to the floor. We're going to come to the ball of right foot. Step back to your down dog. We're going to work on getting that right leg forward. So we're going to pull that knee into the chest. Step forward, grounding the foot. Cartwheeling up. Straighten that leg. Coming over into your triangle posture. Hip forward, shoulders back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to let that hand come down to the floor. We have to bend this knee. We're going to come to the ball of that left foot, then step forward. Fingertips flat back. Forward folding. Inhale all the way up. Hands come down. Now, a wonderful thing that if you might not have noticed already, or maybe today's the first day that you noticed, is that when we step forward back to the front of the mat, we always come to fingertips flat back, which means if your heel of your hand comes off the floor as you're bringing that foot forward, that's okay because you're about to bring them off the floor to come to your fingertips anyway. And the spine is going to be up. So you're not a complete forward fold before you come up. You kind of move into fingertips flat back. So that still gives you a little more cushion to come in and out of that posture. Let's come back to the front of the mat. And we are going to do another flow, but we're going to step forward each time and come forward into a balance. So that means we're going to have to step forward and stand up each time. It's going to be a little more work, but you're going to feel the more fluidity because you've practiced this way. Inhale up and forward fold. Fingertips flat back. Now, as you're folding, you're bending those knees, you're flattening the hands, you're stepping right foot back. Now, from here, we're going to step the left foot back, which is not what you thought we were going to do. So, instead of knees, chest, and chin, and chaturanga, we came straight to down dog. We've been practicing stepping forward with the right foot. So now's the time for us to deliberately practice with left foot. We're going to pull that left foot into the chest. We're going to rotate forward and place, and then step forward with right foot. We're going to scoop through into chair, taking a pause, and come up. Hands come down. Now that little flow, that little practice was just now so that we can practice stepping forward and with that left foot instead of the right foot. We're going to practice tree. We're going to take that left foot, I'm going to turn and face you. Left foot, heel ball toe. We're going to take that right foot and place it in the thigh, maybe. Maybe your foot's down by your ankle. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put on some branches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring those hands back to the heart. And down. Walk it out. Yay, us. Let's try the other side. Right foot, heel ball toe. Stepping in. We're going to take that foot and place. Hands come to the heart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands come back in and release that out. Ah, nice work. So that's kind of the thought here. So we're just practicing coming in forward and backward with the left side this time so it gets that same amount of practice. And we're going to do some balances and some other postures. We come back to the front. We're going to inhale up. Exhaling forward. Nice work for us. We feel the work in the back. We're going to come up, fingertips flat back. We're going to elongate through the crown of the head. And as we come forward, we're going to bend those knees. We're going to step back into that down dog. Remember, that's all we're doing here, just so that we have this little bit of movement and practice. Now, from here, We're going to pull that knee in, and we make a big show of it to ourselves to pull that knee into the chest, because that sets the tone in that lower pelvis. It starts making that cavity, that space, and then with a little momentum, we get that left leg forward. Sometimes it makes it forward, sometimes it doesn't, right? It's okay. And then we step that right foot forward. Right into fingertips flat back. Good morning, Amber. Forward fold. Now we're going to bend those knees, scoop through into chair. Press down to come up. Hands come down. Nicely done, everybody. We're going to practice eagle posture now, because that's a really good one for bringing those hips back in alignment, really kind of squeezing out and working through the body. So we're going to take that left foot, heel, ball, toes. All 4 points, knee is bent, hook, maybe the toes come down just a bit, right? So once we have those toes down just that little bit, maybe we hook. Right arm under, left arm over, wrap, lifting elbows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gently release, unwind, and walk it out. Yes. Let's see if we can try the other side. Right foot, heel, ball, toes. Maybe you can lift and lower the toes. A little bit of a bend here. We step forward and we're going to cross that leg over. Maybe we hook the toes. Maybe we don't. Left arm under, right arm over. We're going to hook and lift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unwind. Walk it out. Should feel pretty darn good. We're going to come back to the front of the mat. Finding our breath. Inhale up. Exhale, forward folding. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold, soft bend those knees. We're going to step the right foot back, then that left foot back, and we're in that down dog. Let's play in that little down dog. Instead of making it work so much, let's roll forward to plank. Roll back to down dog. Roll forward to plank. Roll back to down dog. Bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. We're going to take that left leg and let it travel forward. We're going to pull that knee in. We're going to rotate forward, place it down. We're going to step that right foot forward and fingertips flat back. Forward fold. We're going to scoop through into that chair. Press down to come up. Hands come down. So we're going to do a practice here. It's a prep pose for Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana, but it's also just a modified standing pigeon pose. We're just going to hold our leg forward. So that means we need to be able to bring that knee forward, which we've been doing in this down dog. We keep bringing that leg forward and backward and forward and backward. But I want to get some external rotation. So we're just going to turn like this. So you'll see that this leg currently looks like it does when you're going to practice any pigeon posture. And we're just going to hang out here and hold it. Make sure you're holding your ankle though. Can't move my hands on talking balance. So you're holding your ankle just so that you have some security here. And grab that knee. Tall spine. 1, 2. Try to start bringing that heel towards navel. 3, 4, 5. See if you can gently let it come down. Nice work. Walk it out. Now we're going to switch sides. Right foot, heel, ball, toes. Put all the weight in that right leg. We're going to lift this other leg. We're going to grab the heel. Now in the beginning, if your hip is a little tight, it's going to be across your body where you can grab
knee and ankle and cupping the heel here. But as you get more flexible, you're going to want to try to bring the heel towards the navel. And that's kind of the position that the foot would be in if like we were doing cobbler's posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and gently release it down. Oh, walk it off. Nice work, everybody. We're going to come back to the front of the mat. Now we're going to do our last flow so that we can end our practice and start doing things on the floor. We're going to do Sun Salutation B. We're going to do the knees, chest, and chin, or chaturangas here in this one, because with this one, we step all the way back to plank first. Then we step forward with the right foot for warrior one. Then we step back to the plank. And in this Sun Salutation, then you step forward with the left foot to do warrior one with the left foot. But we will have had practice, right, on bringing both legs forward. That now this Sun Salutation B should feel easier for you because that transition has been worked through. We're going to come to the front of the mat, and that one starts with the chair. So from here, we inhale, scoop, coming into that chair. Forward fold. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold, we step straight back into plank. Let's do a knees, chest, and chin today. Belly comes all the way down. Let's lift the chest and open. Again, we're doing this a lot slower, half time. We let that chest come down. We press to table, then to down dog. Now, from this down dog, we're getting ready to work on warrior one. Right foot travels forward. We're going to pull it into the knee, pull forward, place, grounding that foot. We come up into warrior one. Now, this would ideally be done in one breath. So your breaths have to be longer so you can go slower, or you have to be faster if your breath is shorter, ideally. Hands come down. From here, come to ball of left foot so you can step back to plank. Knees, chest, and chin, because we haven't really prepped the arms to do anything else. Lowering down, we're going to lift that chest up, open the heart, open through the throat, and right back down so that we can press through table to down dog. So now's the time that we get to work that left side. So left leg comes forward, grounding that back foot. Slowly we come up. Where's your breath? Feel grounded through the feet, temperature and texture. Hands slowly come back down. Come to the ball of that foot, stepping back. Knees, chest, and chin. And belly comes down. Soften the feet and lift the chest. Chest comes back down. Press through table to down dog. Bending and stretching. Lengthening the spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to bend those knees. Pull that foot in. Step, step. Fingertips flat back. Forward fold. Scoop through into a chair. Press down to come up. Hands come down. And release it out. Excellent work. Good job. And it doesn't matter, I know that I can't see you. It doesn't matter if that was a hot mess. You did it. That made it awesome because you did it. Good for you. So we're going to come to the front of the mat. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to sit back and we're going to just enjoy the sensations that we get in the body. We're going to feel those hips stretch. The ankles are stretching. Nice work here. 3. Good morning, Mom. 4. And 5. From here, we're going to sit our booties right back down. We're going to extend those legs a little bit so that we can fit on our mat. Let's see if we can forward fold. That was a lot of work today, everybody. And then from there, we're going to bend those knees. I'm going to slowly roll back. Pulling those knees in, a nice little rock here from side to side. And drop those arms out to the side. And then drop the knees to the left. Nice twisting posture. So hopefully you guys will walk away with something in your toolbox. Not necessarily that wave movement, but that there's 5 movements of the spine. Forward, backward, twisting, lateral movement, which means side to side, and extension, which means letting it get long. If you can just implement those 5 things into whatever movements you decide to move, you came up with a really awesome yoga practice. Bring those legs back to the center. Then over to the right. Nice work here. We're twisting it out. We're going to bring those legs back to the center. Put the bottoms of the feet on the floor. Hands come beside the body. From here, we're going to press to lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to slowly roll it down. Here you can really feel the roll on the spine. And relax. We're going to extend one leg and then the other. Those hands can come down beside the body. If you have bolsters at home, use that. Maybe it's a block, a couch cushion. Maybe you're close enough to your couch that you can just put your legs up on the couch and rest that way. And we're going to just feel that relaxation. We feel those feet release. The ankles, the shin, the calf, the knees, the thighs, the glutes and pelvic belly. We release the lower back and navel, mid back and solar plexus, shoulder blades and heart. We lift the collarbones. We lengthen the neck. We support the head. The face is inactive. Here we notice that the breath is shallow as we've come into this place of rest. And we want to change that breath. We want to feel that inhale travel up the back body and the exhale come down the front body. Inhaling up back body. Exhaling down front body. Again, inhaling up back body, exhaling down front body, and we're smoothing out the tissues. We're noticing the spine where it touches the floor.
We're trying to just see if maybe there's a place that still has a little resistance. Maybe some place feels better that you hadn't even realized that it already felt better because it was no longer giving you stiffness or pain response. We begin to move those fingers and toes, bend one knee and then the other, pulling those knees into the chest a little at a time. A little rock from side to side maybe for you. And gently rolling to the right side. And then coming up to a comfortable seated position. Now, absolutely, you could stay in Shavasana if you're at home and you're ready for that. You could just stay there as long as you'd like. We make it back up to that seated position. Maybe turn the head to the right. Maybe turn the head to the left. And back to the center. Hands come to the heart. We remind ourselves of all the amazing things we have in our life to be thankful for. And we do. We have so much. And it may be grouchy right now, and you may find that you have nothing. But if you started the thing that's most grouchy, you can probably find something to be thankful for. And it's so funny because it's like a river. Once you start taking those pebbles out, you release the dam and it floods. Gratitude floods. Send out love and kindness to those who might need it. And that's yourself as well. I'm going to end the practice with an Om if you're comfortable. Inhaling. Bowing forward. Namaste. Peace be with you. Go safely. And thank you for practicing with me. Yay, yoga. Every morning, 9 a.m. Now we're getting closer to maybe having some sort of normalcy. There's no way I would even go back before next week. So, I mean, this week is still the same. Some places are waiting until June. I'm trying to see what our city of Lakeland is doing in their facilities and how that's going to change. I mean, I may go down to the church and where I teach and just mark out the floors with tape to see what 6 foot looks like and how many people could be in there. But it's a shared space, and so the virus can sit on soft surfaces, so it may be that only one class of whatever can be in the building at a time. So if they're having a church function, we don't get to have a yoga function. So we're still working through that, and I'll keep you posted. But thank you so much for joining me here, for liking my videos if you like them, for commenting, for going over to YouTube and subscribing and liking me over there. It makes a big difference. I actually got an email from YouTube saying, good job, your site has exploded over 1 month after 6 years of nothing. And there was over 4,000 minutes watched last month of yoga. So I really appreciate that. So if you haven't, go over there, like videos, subscribe, leave comments. It puts me higher in that logarithm for other people who are looking for yoga or your friends that are trying to find me. There's a lot of Michelle Pughs on YouTube, and it makes it easier to find me. I love you bunches. So from my house to yours, big hugs. Can't wait to see you. All the donation stuff is down below in the comments. Mwah. Bye.